Welcome to Building Your Virtual Ethical Hacking Lab, where your journey into the world of cybersecurity begins. In today's digital age, cybersecurity isn't just important, it's essential. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and so too must the skills of those who protect our data and systems. But to become a skilled ethical hacker, you need more than just knowledge, you need hands on experience. That's where this course comes in. We have designed Building Your Virtual Ethical Hacking Lab to be your comprehensive guide to creating a safe, controlled environment where you can practice and perfect your hacking skills. You will start by learning the fundamentals of virtualization, essential for building your lab. We will walk you through installing and configuring Oracle VirtualBox, one of the most powerful tools for creating virtual environments. Next, we will delve into the intricacies of network configuration. You will learn how to design and set up networks that mirror real-world scenarios, preparing you to tackle the same challenges faced by cybersecurity professionals. But we don't stop there. This course is packed with hands-on exercise using industry-standard penetration testing tools like Network Mapper, known as Nmap, and Metasploit. These exercises are designed to simulate real-world vulnerabilities and attacks, giving you the practical experience you need to understand and mitigate threats. Whether you are a beginner taking your first step into the world of ethical hacking or a seasoned professional looking to sharpen your skills, this course has something for you. So, are you ready to build your virtual ethical hacking lab to gain the skills, confidence, and hands on experience that will set you apart in the field of cybersecurity? Let's get started. Your journey to mastering ethical hacking begins now. Why building a virtual lab is crucial for ethical hacking practices. In the world of ethical hacking, practical experience is a permanent, but experimentation in a real world environment comes with risks that could compromise systems, data, and even legal liabilities. Enter the virtual lab, a safe, isolated space where ethical hackers can hone their skills without fear or collateral damage. Here they can simulate real-world scenarios, test vulnerabilities, and practice exploitation techniques in a controlled environment. Building a virtual lab provides several key benefits. First, it offers a risk-free platform for learning and experimentation. Students can freely explore different tools and techniques without the fear of causing harm to live systems. Secondly, a virtual lab allows for easy replication of complex network environments. Ethical hackers can create custom networks, simulate diverse scenarios, and practice defending against a variety of threats. Lastly, a virtual lab promotes ethical behavior by encouraging responsible hacking practices. Students learn to document their findings, report vulnerabilities, and adhere to ethical guidelines, fostering a culture of integrity within the cybersecurity community. In conclusion, building a virtual lab is not just beneficial, it essentials for ethical hacking practices. It provides a safe and controlled environment for hands-on learning, facilitates the replication of real-world scenarios, and promotes ethical behaviors among aspiring cybersecurity professionals. So, whether you are a beginner looking to enter the world of cybersecurity or an experienced professional seeking to enhance your skills, investing in our virtual lab is a crucial step on your journey to mastering ethical hacking. So, let's dive into the next lecture. Benefits of using virtual environments for learning and experimentation. In the realm of cybersecurity education, virtual environments offer unparalleled advantages for both learning and experimentation. One of the key benefits is accessibility. Virtual labs provide students with the flexibility to access learning resources from anywhere at any time, whether it's a desktop computer or a laptop or even a mobile device. Students can immerse themselves in hands-on learning experiences without being tied to a physical location. Virtual environments also offer a safe and controlled space for experimentation. With virtualization technology, students can practice ethical hacking techniques without the risk of causing damage to real-world systems. This fosters a risk-free environment where students can freely explore different tools and techniques, making mistakes and learning from them along the way. Furthermore, virtual labs promote collaboration and interaction among students, whether it's through virtual team exercises or online decision forums. Students can engage with their peers, share knowledge, and learn from each other's experience. Stay tuned and let's dive into the next lecture where we will install Oracle VirtualBox. Installation and configuration of Oracle VirtualBox virtualization software. Oracle VirtualBox is a powerful virtualization tool that allows you to create and manage virtual machines on your computer. Installing VirtualBox is a straightforward process. Simply download the software from the official website and follow the on-screen instruction to install it on your system. If you are using Windows machine as a primary operating system, make sure to download Windows Host. Otherwise, if you are using Linux, click on Linux distributions. Installing VirtualBox is a straightforward process. Simply run the downloaded file from the official website and follow the on-screen instructions to install it on your system. Once installed, you can launch VirtualBox and begin creating virtual machines for your virtual lab. Configuring network settings. Let's create a lab for our network. Let's open our Oracle Virtual Manager, then head to File, Tools, Network Manager, or by clicking on Tools directly it will open our network manager. Okay, so let's create a new lab network by clicking Create button, and let's call it Lab Network 2. Keep the IP4 prefix the same and click on Apply. That's it. We have created our lab network. I will see you in the next video. Okay, now let's download Kali Linux and install it on our virtual machine. Head to kalilinux.org, click on download. We can install the ISO or download the virtual machines. Let's click on virtual machines and choose VirtualBox. Hit on download. Okay, 2 minutes. I will pause the video until it's done. Okay, 30 seconds. You need WinRAR to open this 7Z extension. If you don't have it, head to Google or DuckDuckGo and type WinRAR. Download your preferred one. Okay. As you can see, we have it. We have to extract it to our desktop. Let's say I drag and drop. This one, this, 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 this method will not install the Kali Linux. It will be pre-built, and after that we will install the ISO, and I will show you how you can install Kali Linux using the ISO as a virtual machine. Okay, now it's extracted. Let's head to our VirtualBox and click File, Import. Locate the file, desktop. Okay, if you can't find it like this, head to your folder, Kali Linux VBox. Double click on this. And you can find it here at the bottom if you have more than a virtual machine. Okay, let's go to settings. For me, I like to make this bidirectional if I want to copy or paste anything from my Windows machine to this virtual machine. System, depending on how memory you have, you can adjust this. For me, it's 32 gigabit. I will give it, for example, 4 gigabyte. 0.72 megabit as a 4 gigabyte. And for the processor, I will give it 4 CPUs to use. Again, this depends on your computer or laptop specifications. Display. Okay. Now let's use our lab network by going to network, adapter 1, attached to NAT network, choose lab network that we created earlier. Click OK. Click on Start. As you can see, powering up. Okay, now it's running. And here we go. We have running Kali Linux. Use Kali as a username, Kali as a password to log in. This we, this is the method number one. Method number two, we will be installing Kali Linux from the ISO file. To do so, let's head to install the ISO file. Head to installer images, 64-bit, and install everything. Installer 4 gigabit, 4 gigabytes. Download. As you can see, the space is the limit is 4 gigabit. Wait until it's finished. Let's turn off this one. Okay. Now that we have this downloaded, let's head back to our VirtualBox. Let's create a new virtual machine. Let's call this Kali Linux custom install. Where do you want this to be installed? Okay, ISO image, the one we just downloaded. Downloads. Choose the ISO file that we downloaded. Open. Type Linux. Okay. Next. Next. Again, let's give this 4 gigabit. 2 gigabyte. Processor, let's say 3. Next. Let's give it 30 gigabytes of space. Next. Finish. Now let's click on settings. Choose. Make sure advanced settings is drag and drop. Depends on your needs. Head to network, NAT, and choose NAT network or lab network. Click OK. Start. Powering up the machine. Okay. We will use graphic install. English, continue. United States, depends on your region. Continue. triggering the network for us to check for internet connections. For the host name, let's call it, for example, Appbox. You can call it whatever you want. Continue. Domain name, leave it empty. Full name for the new user, let's say RST. Same username RST. Choose your password. Continue. I'm teaching you this if you need to install this ISO onto your laptop or your PC. The same steps goes for the physical PC or laptop. Use entire disk. Continue. Recommended for new users. Keep all files in one partitions. Continue. Yes, write changes to disk. Continue. Now it will be installing the base system, depending on your internet speed, of course. I will pause the video until it's done. From this window, choose your desktop environment. For me, I prefer XFCE because it's a lightweight desktop environment. As a KDE Plasma, you need a graphic card. If you are using it on a virtual machine, it will lag and it will be so slow. So let's go by XFCE desktop environment. Click continue and wait until it's done. It will be installing files from the internet. Again, the time depends on your internet speed. Now it's packing all the packages to our virtual disk that we created earlier. So let's wait. As you can see, this method from like installing the ISO, it will take some time. But if we download VirtualBox files, it will be much more faster to use Kali distribution. Well, I'm giving you this method to if you need to install it on a laptop, old laptop, or on your computer. The same goes if you want to install it on a flash or USB stick. The same techniques goes on it, but not using a VirtualBox, of course. You will have to boot from the boot manager by sticking your USB stick into your USB port on the laptop or the PC. If you have any questions about this, you can contact me. I will help you step by step in doing so. Now cleaning up. Okay, installing grub bootloader. Retrieving files. Install. Yes, install. Continue. Use the hard disk, virtual hard disk that we created. Continue. Installing VirtualBox Guest Edition so that we can drag and drop or copy and paste stuff from the Kali Linux to our Windows host or from our Windows host to our Kali Linux. Okay, installation is complete. Continue, click on continue. The VirtualBox will now start. Okay, enter. And here, use the username that you typed earlier, not Kali Linux. We typed RST, and for the password, the desired password you chose. Login. That's it. And always after a new installation of Kali Linux, don't forget to sudo apt-apt update. And after that command, use upgrade so that you have everything up to date and upgraded to the latest versions from tools and etc. Again, the speed of this update or upgrade depends on your internet speed. And always try to disable your antivirus while doing so. Now it will install the packages again because we have upgraded. So just click. Please choose the characters that should be supported by console font. Okay. And wait until it's done. As you can see, unpacking and setting up every single tool in Kali Linux. Don't forget to do the same thing for the first part that when we created the VirtualBox image, not from scratch, the one we downloaded earlier. Do the same, update and upgrade. As you can see, everything is set up correctly and is now up to date. In the next video, we will install a vulnerable system and do the same. Set it up with the lab network so that we can start using Kali Linux to find vulnerabilities and exploit the system. See you in the next lecture. Hello. Today we will download and install a vulnerable operating system and integrate it to our virtual lab that we set it up in the previous lectures. So let's head to DuckDuckGo and type Metasploitable. Hit to Rapid7, second link, you can see, and download it from sourceforge.net. Download. Hit download. And the download has been started. Let's wait a few minutes. Okay, as you can see, download complete. Let's open the file. Extract the folder to your desktop and then open your Oracle VirtualBox. Click on New. Let's call it Metasploitable 2. Choose your folder. Where is it? Desktop. Select folder. Type Linux. Version, let's say Linux 2.4 64-bit. Click Next. Let's give it 2 gigabit RAM. For 8. Next. Instead of creating a virtual disk, use an existing one. As you can see, it's metasploitable.vmdk, which is this one. Click Next. Finish. Head to Settings. Network. NAT network or lab network. Hit OK. Now that we have set it up a Kali Linux with a Metasploitable 2, in the next lecture we will start by exploiting this burnable machine using our Kali Linux. Introduction to popular ethical hacking tools. Example: Metasploit and Nmap. Network Mapper, known as Nmap, is an open source tool used for network discovery and security auditing. Its primary use to discover hosts and services on a computer network, thus creating a map of the network. Key features: port scanning, host discovery, service version detection, and OS detection. In this lecture, we will learn how to scan for open ports and services for a target machine. For that, we will use Metasploit framework. It is a penetration testing framework that allows security professionals to find, exploit, and validate vulnerabilities in systems. It's widely used for developing and executing exploit code against the target machine. Some key features that will be covered in this lecture will be pre-exploits within the framework and using the exploits to deliver the payload to the target machine. Common use cases for Metasploit: penetration testing, vulnerability research, security training. We will use Metasploit with the information we obtained from Nmap to exploit the target machine. So let's get started. Okay, let's open our virtual machine and run Kali Linux that we installed earlier and launch Metasploitable 2. Okay, our Kali Linux is now up and our target machine is also up and running. Let's start. As you can see, We can log into the Metasploitable using msfadmin and msfadmin as a password. So let's log in msfadmin. Let's check the IP for this host. IP config. Okay, not found. Let's try it with IP config sudo. Okay, if you can't find IP config, try IP add. And here we go. The password, sorry, the IP is Ethernet part 2. As you can see, Ethernet 0, IP address 10.0.2.22. This is the IP address for the target machine. Let's go ahead and scan it with Nmap. Fire up a terminal and type nmap-v-a and type the IP 10.0.2.22 as shown in here. Make sure it's the correct IP address of the target machine. As you can see, we have discovered some open ports, and we have to wait until each port is being scanned so that we can know which service is running and what version is it. Let's wait for some time. Okay. As you can see, we have, like, let's say, where is port 80? Port 80 is open, and it's using Apache HTTP, and the version is 2.2.8. Let's try it out. Check what's hosted in here by going to our browser. Type in 10.2.22. Okay. As you can see, log in with msfadmin to get started. Okay, what else? Let's see. Telnet is open. SMTP is open. SSH is open. And the version is 4.7 P1. And we have FTP port is open too, and using VSFTP version 2.3.4. Okay, how can we use the following information to gain access to this target machine? Let's see. Open another terminal and launch Metasploit. Type by typing msf console in your terminal. Hit enter. Okay, let's wait a second or so. Okay, now it's open. Let's check if we can find any vulnerability for the FTP service by searching for this selection, search, and insert. As you can see, we have found some exploits ending in the version 2.3.4 as a backdoor, and the rank is excellent. Let's try it out. We type use 1, or you can simply copy and paste this like so. Okay, let's see some options for this exploit by typing show options. Okay, the R host is the IP for the remote host, which is our target machine. We can set this by typing set 10.0.2.22. Okay, we forgot to type set R hosts as mentioned in here with the IP 10.0.2.22. Hit enter. Check for the options if it's all okay. Options. Okay. Now you can use run as a command or exploit. We will go with exploit. Found shell, and we are logging in as a root. Command shell session 1 open. That means we gained access to this target machine without sending anything to the target, just by exploiting a service running on this target machine. Okay, let's see. Who am I? Root. Where am I? In the root directory. ls list folders and files, as you can see. While having root access, we can manipulate this website. Let's say it's a website we can manipulate. This will be an assignment for you. Try adding a hacked text or a hacked image to this index.php file using the backdoor shell we just created. Reconnaissance and information gathering are the first steps in a penetration testing or a hacking process. These steps involve collecting as much information as possible about the target system, network, or organization without alerting the target. This information helps in identifying potential vulnerabilities and planning future attacks. Type of reconnaissance. We have two types. The first one is passive reconnaissance. The goal is to gather information without directly interacting with the target, minimizing the risk of detection. The second part, which we will be teaching and learning in this lecture, is active reconnaissance. The goal is actively interacting with the target system or network to gather detailed information about the system. This method is more likely to be detected by the target. We are going to use methods such as port scanning, service fingerprinting, banner grabbing, and network mapping using Nmap. So let's get started. First, let's make sure our target machine is up and running, and our Kali box is running too. Let's head to our terminal and use Nmap to scan for open ports by typing Nmap -v for verbose and A for all. We will use Nmap -v -a and the IP for our target system. So let me explain what goes on here. -v is for verbose mode. This option increases the verbosity of the output, providing more detailed information during the scanning process, showing real-time progress and more insight into what Nmap is doing at each stage. And for -a stands for aggressive scan. This This option enables several advanced scanning features in Nmap, including OS detection, version detection, and some script scanning from Nmap scripting engine. So let's hit enter and see. As you can see, we have discovered a bunch of open ports, and now the -a command is running and scanning the services. Let's wait a few seconds and see what the output will be. Okay, as you can see, Nmap returned a lot of information regarding the target ports, open ports. As you can see, we have FTP open, SSH open, Telnet is open too on port 23. Port 80 is running on Apache version 2.2.8 on port 80. So we will use another tool to grab more information. Its name, we call it Necto. -h from host and provide the IP of the target. Much information you collect, the much easier the attack will be. So let's go to the web, which is in port 80. See what we have in the 2.22. Okay, we have a website, small website, includes phpMyAdmin, DVWA. If we click on DVWA, we will have a login. Okay, how can we find the username and the password for this login? Sometimes developers keep the password or hints in the source code, so you better have a look at it. As you can see, we have a comment as an image. Let's view this image and see what we get. Copy, paste. Was not found. Okay, nothing here. Okay, we can find the username and password sometimes from Google. It might be the default username and password for a script like this. So we go to Google by typing default username and password for DVWA. As you can see, to log in, use the default credentials, default username admin, default password equal password. Let's try it out. Admin, password, login. And we have successfully logged in as admin. Okay, security level is high. We can change that from here, from DVWA security to low, submit. From here, we can, let's say, use file inclusion to hack into the server, or SQL injection, or we might upload a file, a PHP web shell, and control the server using our browser. But let's dig more. Let's see more information about PHP, for example. PHP version is 5.2.4.8. We might find some exploit for this by going to Google too. I think PHP exploits for version 5.4.2. 5.2.4. Excuse me. 4.4. As you can see, we can find something in here. Remote code execution.
RCE. From this code, we can gain access to our target machine, exploiting the PHP. This is one way to gain access to a targeted system, running this version, of course. Okay, let's check more about Necto. Let's go back to Necto. Okay, PHP my admin directory found. Okay, this might be interesting. Test. Let's go and check it out. Test. Test output. Logging file. Nothing. Only rabbit hole. Okay, what else? Okay, nothing much in here. Let's get back to Nmap. What we have? We have MySQL running on port 3306. Metasploitable root shell. We can use that as a backdoor to log in. Okay. We have Unreal IRC on port 667. We can abuse this port, this service, to gain access to. Okay, let's start. Let's try this one, the Metasploit. It's a backdoor. Let's try it out by running use telnet. Let's go with telnet. Telnet 10.0.2.22 and the port number is 1524. Hit enter. Hola. As you can see, we have root access. Make sure type who am I root. To see where are you in the system, type pwd. That means we are in the root directory. ls to see all the files listed in the root directory. So if we have a root, we own the server. That's it. Of course, there will be much more courses on how to use SQL injection, LFI, local file inclusion, or the remote code execution in the near future. Hope you enjoyed this course.